My name is Kevin McCABE. I'm 43 years old from Cary, North Carolina, and my best performance in the backyard is 57 hours. I had wanted to try and attempt to run all of Lazarus Lake's races, and in order to get into bigs, you have to qualify for the teams or for the national world championship. And I figured I should try and get in sooner rather than later because, as we've seen, the competition has really ramped up in the past few years. So I tried to get in a couple of years ago, or last year really, and managed to be lucky enough to have a great performance to get in. What I like about it is it kind of works towards my skill set, which is really hiking and walking. Uh, in a lot of traditional formats where you're trying to go as fast as you can, this one somewhat rewards patience, and walking is one of my skills. So as the race goes on, I get to do less and less running and more walking. The hardest thing with the backyard is trying to stay contained and to not get swept up in the excitement of the event, because it's really easy to do, particularly at these larger international events with extremely gifted athletes. To see them and be able to run with them is incredible. And so I'm excited to go there, but I have to remind myself not to try and keep up with them, despite how the format lends itself to that. Wanting to get to bigs probably entered my mind in 2021 at some point. I'd had a good year of racing, and thought that maybe if I got into one of the silver ticket events that I could potentially win it. Some of them had lower targets in the 20s and 30s for distance, so I thought maybe I could go and try my hand and get in and get on the team and run with the big dogs, as they say. My strategy is really to try and limit the amount of damage I do on each individual lap and just focus on getting through the lap in good shape. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of that and go a little too fast, and then you have to worry about recovering from that effort. So for me, it's just about getting out there and finishing within the hour and taking it easy. With my good walking speed, it's a lot easier for me to do. It does get hard later in the race when everything slows down, walking, running, and then you're just fighting against the time cutoffs. And so, trying not to stress about the time is hard because that'll wear you down even quicker. But just moving deliberately for the whole time is what I try and do. Having a good crew is crucial to going deep in a backyard, because with a quick transition, you need to have them on point and ready. So if you get back with is a few seconds, they can just hand you whatever you need, get back out there in a matter of seconds, because otherwise you you could get stuck with an empty water bottle or without nutrition. And that's something that I've had to learn because I typically run trail races, promote trail races. So having a crew is kind of a new concept for me. So I'm still learning about how to manage that. I don't really train any differently than I would for a typical long distance race. I mean, I'm relatively new to the ultra running. I'd say I've been doing it seriously for about 3 or 4 years. So I'm still working up to it, trying to extend my weekly and monthly mileage. But for now, I'm just doing standard couple of days during the week and then back-to-back long runs on the weekends. Well, I'm really excited to go to Bigs. Last year, running for the U.S. team was really awesome. I got to meet some incredible runners and some great people. And we had a great time out there running together. And this will be even better and bigger. There'll be people from all over the country, some runners that I've only met digitally that I'll finally get to run with and see. So that'll be interesting to see how people from all over the world um, enjoy running backyards and what their tips and tricks are. I don't see why someone who is like a professional or semi-professional runner couldn't do this for 6 days. I mean, that seems to be the length that that's where the world record is for 6 days. It's over 600 miles. So in this format, I think 6 days is possible. I don't know if we're there yet as a community to get to 6 days this year, but I see it in the future. Um, this year will be interesting because a lot of the international runners don't have as much experience on the Tennessee course, which has some interesting weather, to say the least. It can be cold and humid at the same time. It could be rainy. You never know what you'll get in Tennessee. So while I'd like to see it go for 4, 5, 6 days this year, I think it'll take a little bit more experience before we get there. So I'm guessing we'll probably fall just short of 4 days.